Hi, St. Ed's family. I'm here with Pat,
I'm Pat Bratton.
and I didn't know his last name until just now. I think I have heard it because I know Elaine so well. She's a sweetheart.
Yes, she is.
They broke the mold. They made her. She's amazing.
Yes, they did. She breaks a lot of things.
She sends me a birthday card every year. Serene as well.
She spends most of her days making birthdays and condolence cards and
Really.
Christmas cards,
And she's got way too much time on her hands, right?
she is very talented.
She is. She's great. So how long have you been coming to St. Ed's?
My first time was in 1973. It was in a furniture store over towards the airport near Lou and Sibley's brick and sand business. We went in just to see the facilities, but they were in the process of moving to the original church building here.
Yeah, okay. And where was that?
That is what is now Nicholson Hall.
Oh, okay.
And I remember before they could get the roof decked, a storm came along and blew the rafters down, so they had to redo all the work. But it was.
So when you say over by the airport, you mean Briscoe Field?
Yes, yeah, Briscoe
okay.
Field.
Not the airport, as in all the way
Well,
down.
it's the airport. I had a plane there for almost 20 years. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So yeah, you're not in the flying business anymore. I understand.
No, my partner didn't want to come up with his half,
man.
it needed a new engine.
Oh yeah.
So we essentially gave it away for what we paid for it originally. But,
Yeah. Well, I know how it is with planes. I mean, you've got to maintain them constantly. It's a giant pain in the plane.
as long as the engine's good, they hold their value.
Yeah.
But
They'll be rebuilt all the time.
yeah, you don't want a plane if you don't fly 100 hours a year, and having a partner is almost really necessary for general aviation.
So you've got two grandkids that grew up in this church as well, right?
Let's see, yes,
Or three? Two?
two.
Ainsley
Yeah, it'd be Ainsley and Kira,
and Kira.
and then Allison comes occasionally, but she did not grow up. That's Jesse's oldest.
Right.
It's hard to. I've given up on the great-grandchildren. I recognize the names, but I don't think I can put them with the right faces. You get old and blah, 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 blah.
How many do you have?
Oh, we got a passel, I think is the Georgia term. Or a bunch if you're from New Jersey, I think.
A herd?
A herd, yeah, it's a little bit too
herd.
formal.
A basketball team.
No, we wound up here because it was the only Episcopal church in Gwinnett County.
Okay. So your daughter Marlena and my wife have become thick as thieves. They're great friends now. Marlena is just wonderful as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about her, what she was like growing up.
I met her when she was about 12. Elaine's my second wife.
Okay.
And I was and remain just totally infatuated with her.
Yeah.
She's just a wonderful creature. I think if this is her little finger, this is me. And she has been mercifully sweet about not taking advantage of me. and Jessie, of course, is a girl, but she's Elaine's only son. She's a real tomboy. There's nothing she can't do. So they're just great kids. So.
All right, tell me back to Elaine. Tell me something funny about Elaine. Something that will embarrass her totally on this film.
She got mad about something once and picked up a small rocking chair and put a hole right through the bedroom sheetrock.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. Yes. See, men make the mistake.
She's got that side to her, does she?
Oh, well, men make the mistake of marrying short women because they think they're less dangerous, and nothing could be further from the truth. She's quite wonderful.
Yeah. So when did you join the choir, and when did you realize you could sing?
That is yet to be determined as far as can I sing, but I joined the choir. It was on a whim. It was when we were meeting in Nicholson Hall, even before the finished area at the entrance there was that was originally Tom Kihei's office and Anita Moore's office, and the flower room and kitchen were there. But the organ was actually about 4 pews up from the back.
Right.
And I just joined. And I was sitting and singing, and Richard said, "You're singing the soprano part," and he kind of guided me by my shoulder, set me down next to John Parker, and said, "Sing what John's singing." And John showed me where the tenor line was. It was on the bass clef, and I play a trumpet, so it was something I had never seen before. And to this day, I still write the actual letters for the notes over on the bass clef.
Really?
All I can find is F and A. But I really enjoyed it. So.
Well, word is on the street and the internet. Of course, everything on the internet's true, right? That you're pretty doggone good.
I've got a good high range. Men are usually better at counting, and women are better at actually being on the right pitch.
Right.
But I do enjoy it so very much, and the Episcopal hymnal is great. There's 30 Bach hymns in the hymnal, though actually Bach didn't write any of the tunes. He only wrote the lyrics on those.
Oh.
Yeah, he used a lot of Kruger tunes, which were like 100 years before he was born, and there's about 20 Kruger hymns, and then Monk and Mason and Dykes, I think, are my other three favorites.
Let's go back to you talk. Speaking of way back, way back. Let's go back to you and I when we were born, before TV or color television or radio.
We had radio.
And where I'm going with this is, where were you raised, and were you raised on a farm, or were you a city boy?
I was essentially reared in St. Louis County, out by the airport.
Okay.
My dad worked for American Car and Foundry. He was an engineer, a mechanical engineer, and we lived in a little trailer that my dad had converted to a house. He added onto it, put a permanent roof. I didn't really realize that until after we no longer lived there anymore, that it ever used to be a trailer, but that's why the rooms were so small. And
you thought everyone lived that way.
I knew it was the smallest house. I went back and saw it about 10 years ago. It had been bulldozed.
Oh my.
Recently bulldozed. The bulldozer was there. The whole house was piled up in a little ball.
Oh wow.
It was a disappointing trip.
I was going to say, did it pull on your heartstrings at all?
Not as bad as when I found out they'd bulldozed St. Paul's Episcopal Church, also was where I was baptized when I was about 4.5 years old. And I liked the Episcopal Church. It was, they knew my grandmother's prayer, which just surprised the daylights out of me. The one that goes, "Our Father who art in heaven." I just couldn't believe that many people knew my grandmother's prayer. So as long as they keep saying that, I'll probably stick with the Episcopal Church, regardless of where it goes. You grow where you're planted, you know.
Yeah, I get it. So St. Ed specifically, what is it you love about this place?
I've never liked change.
No,
and so
I get it.
When I start something, you have to really move heaven and earth to get me to change. I did get irritated about something once. I think I left for like 8 or 9 years.
Oh my!
But
the Lord called you back here.
Yes. Well, He's always standing next to you. You just gotta listen. But
small, quiet voice.
Yes, we always had a good choir, and I'm glad Richard got me into it, and Judy, and we've had good choir directors ever since. Carla is just absolutely wonderful.
She's a gem. Oh. Serene loves Carla, and I think the feeling is mutual.
Well, when we had some budget problems, and there was concern about cutting back the music program, I know we thought we were going to lose Carla, and Joyce Sibley was actually crying over it. It was. was all. I cry at the drop of a hat.
I
So
want to cry listening to it.
just
Your story, that is.
oh well.
Yeah. How old are you now?
I am 76.
Wow. Yeah, you were definitely before radio.
No, yeah. Well, we sat around the campfire and we had tin cans and string and rosin, and we talked to each other.
You could beat your laundry on a rock.
Yeah, well, no, I do remember radio. I remember Bobby Benson and the B-Bar B-Raiders and the Lone Ranger. And
Yeah, I was born in '59. I'm 63. I actually remember listening to Burns and Allen on the radio.
oh, yes.
That's
Yeah, but the only reason I know that was because our television died. I think it was a Magnavox. It was about 30 inches wide. The screen was on the left side.
Right.
It looked like a laboratory instrument. The screen was like, I think, 9 inches diagonal. And it was black and
sticking
white.
out the
Really,
back?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Rabbit ears with aluminum foil on them.
Yes, I was scared to death of the Kraft Mystery Theater with that camera that would swing, sweep the room and point right at you. And
There was a show called Dark Towers that used to scare me to death.
Dark Towers. No, I am. My favorite was Sky King in the morning, and what was the Howdy Doody show, which was a St. Louis
I remember
kids program.
Yeah.
No, Howdy Doody was national. It was Buffalo Bob was the St.
Captain
Louis.
Kangaroo, right?
Yes, Captain Kangaroo was my vintage. I was disappointed I was too old for the one Tom Hanks did, Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yeah,
Who am I
Mr.
thinking?
Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, yeah.
Yeah. I used to get upset. I would always have to leave with 10 minutes left in the Little Rascals in the morning.
I'd forgotten about them.
Drove me nuts.
Oh, Stymie and
love Spanky
Alfalfa and
those guys.
Spanky and yeah.
All right, well, let's go even further back. Have you ever
Further back.
had to go in an outhouse?
Not until I got in the military.
Oh, really?
So, yes.
Yeah.
Did not like that at all.
Well, even though I was born in '59, I went in a lot of outhouses. We had a lot of family in South Mississippi that did not have indoor plumbing yet. And it was kind of an interesting thing to do.
No, I think Elaine was familiar with that, but I wasn't.
No.
No, it was,
All right.
yeah. It's an interesting question, though.
So,
I'll have to
yeah.
give you a point for that.
I got all kinds of stuff. I can come up with stuff all day. So, what's your favorite movie ever?
Oh, Star Wars is right up there near the top.
Yeah.
Yes, I think George Lucas said that all great movies are a quest, and
What's your favorite
I
book?
think it fit. Favorite book is probably Dune, as far as fiction.
Right.
I liked all the counterplots that was in there.
So you're a sci-fi guy.
Not as much as my wife. I've read all the Hornblower novels, anything by C.S. Forester.
Oh, okay.
I do a lot of poetry,
Right.
mostly Kipling and Ogden Nash
Right.
and Robert Service,
Right.
especially
You like Michael Crichton?
Cremation of Sam McGee. Michael Crichton. Oh, he's written a lot of stuff.
Andromeda Strain, etc.
Yeah, haven't read his. I've read a lot of Tom Clancy.
All right, let's talk about something really important. Does Elaine dress you? Because she's a great dresser.
Yes, she does. I confess to that. She
Because
actually.
I noticed you look awfully sharp.
She dressed me this morning. Most of the time, she tries to just ignore me, but
Yeah.
on Sundays or funerals. In fact, this is what I wore to the
She has a
funeral
very
yesterday.
eclectic taste, but I tell you, every time she comes to church, I'll make it a point to take a look at what Elaine's wearing, because she just seems to find these amazing fashions, and I don't know where it's just, she always looks like a flower.
When she worked at IBM, she was very dress conscious, but she always has been. She's always bought quality clothes on sale.
Yeah.
And she dresses in a timeless manner. She's quite beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. We're having a beautiful life here, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
How blessed are you?
I can't think of anyone who's more blessed than I am.
Not me.
Yeah, well, okay.
I would debate that, but I think anybody that comes here probably would.
Oh, yeah. Life is really good. I mean, God is good all the time.
Yes, I'm living a blessed life. I'm so blessed. It's just, sometimes I just ponder why, Lord, am I so, as many wrong and goofy things as I've done, you know?
Well,
Grace is an amazing thing.
I won't get into an out-blessing contest with you, so I will concede that.
No, you win. Thank you for listening to our diatribe, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, come back and see us next week.
We'll be here. We're here all week. Tip your waiters.
Thank you, sir. You're very good.